Today on Studio G, police are currently investigating a gang-affiliated shooting in Salt Lake City.
A teenage girl was shot in the face when a bullet tore through her apartment wall.
Interstate 11 is in the works to connect two cities.
And Troy Fosgate sits down with pitcher Eric Fetty to talk UNLV baseball.
Welcome to this edition of Studio G. I'm Valerie Marcinier.
And I'm Kelby Weiler. An update on South Korea's ferry disaster. The death toll reached 150 with 152 passengers still missing. Many of the bodies recovered from the ferry were reported to have had broken fingers.
And in lighter news, Netflix prices are going up for the first time since 2010. Depending on the country, the price will increase $1 or $2 per month.
The FBI is investigating a shooting that occurred in Salt Lake City. Officials say a witness was on stand testifying at the federal courthouse when a man grabbed a pen and rushed at the witness's face. According to the FBI, the defendant got dangerously close to the witness's face, but a U.S. Marshal was able to stop the perpetrator with several shots to the chest. This is the scene of what it looked like when the ambulance rushed to the federal courthouse after several shots were reported. Federal authorities say he later died at the hospital. A U.S. attorney spokeswoman says it happened during a trial for an alleged Tongan Crip gang member.
The FBI they have secured the courtroom where we're going to be collecting evidence. The FBI is fully coordinating with the U.S. Marshals Service, United States Attorney's Office. That courtroom, at least the minimum, that floor, will remain secured for the rest of the day until full investigation, evidence recovery, and interview of the witnesses are complete.
This Tongan Crip gang shooting is still under investigation to find out why the marshal shot the defendant.
A teenage girl was shot in the face after a stray bullet tore through her apartment wall. It was a regular night for Demetria Logan. She was just sitting in her room talking to her mother, and that's when it happened.
He said something to me, and I said, well, to every action, it's a reaction. And then all of a sudden, just came through the wall. It just went right through my mouth. Everything went really slow. I didn't know if I got shot or she got shot. So I just felt blood drip down my shirt. It was like, I'm going to give you some oxygen. And I woke up in Richmond.
4 inside, 4 outside. And then she had stitches in her tongue as well. And her mouth is wired together for about 2 months.
First responders took Logan to the hospital. She stayed there for 3 days. Family, friends, and even teachers at her school wished her a safe and speedy recovery. Logan says she can't wait to go back to school. Although she's looking forward to going back to class, she's most excited about prom. Police obtained petitions for a 17-year-old male in connection with the shooting. They still haven't found him, but they say the investigation is ongoing.
Traveling by car from Las Vegas to Phoenix can be challenging since there isn't an interstate connecting the two largely populated cities. But an interstate that has been proposed to be built can provide a direct route to each city and have many benefits. A study is currently being done to see how the proposed interstate can relieve congestion, improve safety, and enhance travel and commerce between Arizona and Nevada. Nevada's Regional Transportation Commission is leading the project.
One of the reasons that Southern Nevada is so engaged right now is because we are going to be building the very first phase of what we call I-11. So we'll be constructing a new facility, a new interstate from the O'Callahan-Tillman Bridge, so basically state line. We'll go south around Boulder City, and then we'll head back up to north to the Henderson area, and we'll tie in at Foothills Drive. So that's why there's a lot of conversation that's going on right now.
The study has broken up I-11 into 3 different phases. Each phase will be funded and built by different members. Nevada's Department of Transportation and the RTC will be paying for Nevada's portion of the interstate, and Arizona's Department of Transportation is paying for and building their portion.
What's really neat is that Southern Nevada, this was such a big deal to us. We recognize the economic benefit that comes from it, that instead of waiting for the federal government to fund our portion of it, we're going to go ahead and use our fuel revenue index funds to get this construction started. And in fact, we'll actually have construction underway before the end of this year.
If the study has positive results, Interstate 11 could connect more than just Phoenix and Las Vegas. A route connecting Mexico to Phoenix and then Las Vegas to Canada could increase trade between the countries. For more information about the interstate, you can visit i11study.com. Up next, cell phone use isn't the only thing that's considered to be a distraction while driving.
And spring has sprung, but summer is around the corner.
Tips on how to stay safe and healthy this summer.
Studio G will be right back.
Christian FGY.
Kaylin Hype.
And I'm Jay Luna.
And we're Ill Vibe here.
It's an underground hip-hop show here at UNLV where we focus on making the hip-hop culture in the Las Vegas Valley more prevalent and just making people more aware of up-and-coming underground hip-hop artists.
Basically, we play what we like. It's really as simple as that. Most of the stuff we like are our hits, so both.
On KUNV HD2, Las Vegas.
I want this place to be a place that they feel safe, is secure, a place where they get inspired. So many times we kind of get complacent in our everyday life, transforming lives in the community from the inside out. I've been in fitness my whole life, but now tying that in now in my spiritual walk, it's been just amazing. Some people may want to run a marathon. Some may want to just get off their asthma inhaler. Exercising and moving our bodies, I think it's, you know, we say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Driving can be dangerous, and while people are usually aware of the dangers of high-risk behaviors such as drunk driving, seemingly innocent actions such as eating or changing the radio while driving can have dire consequences as well. The dangers involving texting and driving have been grabbing headlines lately.
The big topic with distracted driving lately, last few years, is actually the cell phone use. So it's been made against the law in the state of Nevada. You can't use a handheld communication device. It can't be utilized at all while you're driving.
But distracted driving is anything that diverts a driver's attention, and many people don't realize that eating, applying makeup, talking to passengers, and changing the radio all include different types of distractions that endanger lives.
Every time your eyes aren't on the road, you're causing a danger to the traffic and the pedestrians on that roadway. A lot of people don't realize, just by the fact of taking their eyes off the road for 2 or 3 quick seconds, they think they've traveled a couple hundred feet down the road. So a lot can happen in that distance.
According to the website distraction.gov, drivers in their 20s make up 20% of distracted drivers in fatal crashes. Many UNLV students realize the dangers but continue to drive distracted.
Yeah, I do drive distracted. Like saying radio, looking at other people's cars. If there's a cute girl, I'll look over.
Although the law prohibiting handheld phone usage seems to have reduced the number of people texting and driving, students are still doing it.
I've already got one ticket, a phone ticket. So after that, I was like, oh, okay, let me chill out. But I still text and drive.
According to the website, looking at a text takes 5 seconds. When traveling at 55 miles per hour, that's enough time to cover the length of a football field. So how do officials try to reduce the number of people driving with their eyes off the road?
It always comes down to education and enforcement. You have to, constantly remind people and educate them to the dangers of driving distracted. And the other part of that is the enforcement aspect. We enforce all traffic laws on campus, and if we see something like that going on, we can do a car stop and we can issue a citation when we feel needed.
If you'd like to learn more about how distracted driving affects you and your community, you can visit distraction.gov.
The temperature is heating up, and there's no denying that the summer season is on its way. But as the heat intensifies, so should our health precautions. Reporter Daphne Barreto gives us some tips on how to stay safe this summer.
Summer is around the corner, and everyone is eager to jump into their bathing suits and hit the beach. But instead of the ocean waves and sandy shores, the people of Las Vegas are heading to the pool. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, people should take these precautions before heading out for some fun in the sun. Kids and adults alike should understand that a pool is not a toilet. Make sure to take bathroom breaks when needed to avoid an accident. When riding your bike around the valley, make sure to wear a helmet for protection. Keep a life jacket on you at all times. Wearing a life jacket is crucial when you're boating around Lake Mead or visiting any other rivers or lakes throughout the state. The CDC reports that of the people who died in boating incidents in 2009, more than 7 out of 10 drowned. More than 90% of the people who drowned were not wearing a life jacket. Also, watch out for your alcohol levels. Swimming drunk has been one of the major factors in many cases of drowning. Because we live in a desert, it's always important to stay hydrated. Drink lots of water and beat the heat. Never leave children and pets behind in a car on a hot day, even if the windows are open. Use sunscreens for protection against the harsh UV rays.
To keep health-wise, make sure to drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, and definitely stay out in the sun too. Don't be too lazy.
Together. Yeah, staying in a group, and then if we bring jet skis, we just make sure that we use them properly. We don't do anything risky.
Yeah, because she's been through that before.
Completely flipped over.
If I'm drinking, drink a lot of water. If I eat, don't do anything dumb, I guess. Or if you are gonna do something dumb, make sure you are able to handle it, I guess.
For Studio G, I'm Daphne Barreto.
For more tips on keeping safe this summer, you can visit www.cdc.gov.
I don't know about you guys, but I think the worst summer tip that I always just can't deal with is putting on sunscreen. I'm too lazy to apply that all over the place.
It smells. I hate the way it feels. I feel all greasy and oily after I put it on. No, I agree with you.
It's not fun at all. And then you have the spray one, and that just makes you feel cold. That's just not fun at all.
Well, I don't have to worry about sunscreen because I'm taking summer classes, so.
I can honestly say that I'm not jealous of you at all. I'd rather put on sunscreen.
I can agree with Ranfa.
After this short break, I will be back after the forecast, and we'll see if you need some sunscreen.
Participation in Greek fraternity and sorority life at UNLV can provide an experience like no other, with benefits including supportive friends, leadership and career opportunities, and community service.
Greek life at UNLV is really great because it's a good way to network and meet new people from all over the place.
We got academics and we're all about that culture. So we encompass everything all around, and we're out here and we're trying to better ourselves and try to make it better, and let's just make it all better all together.
We are volunteers of Girl Scouts of Southern Nevada.
Place where you're going to hear these stories, the stories that count, that Combox Radio refuses to cover. My show is The King Louie Show, so, no one really wants to hear about the last bombing that happened in Baghdad. So we do the stories that matter, like K-Rev having a seizure at mid-court, or fast-paced show with lots of fast-paced music, especially punk rock, and stories that hit hard. King Louie here, host of The King Louie Show on the Rebel HD2, and I am here every Friday noon to 2.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ron Paul Gavino. Let's take a look at the weather. Now, if you haven't been outside yet, you really should step outside because we're sitting pretty at 72 degrees. It's nice and sunny outside. We had some cloud coverage earlier this morning, but that's cleared away, and now we're at nice and sunny. It's getting a bit warm. The winds are coming from the north-northwest at 14 miles per hour. If you take a look here, our high for today is at 72, so currently we're at our high. So if you go outside and it's a bit too hot, just wait a little later on in the day and we'll cool down. The record was 98 degrees, and that was only 2 years ago. So, like I said last week, if you haven't been outside, enjoy it right now, because once the summer hits, we're going to be burning up and we're not going to enjoy it, so spring weather is going to be perfect for you. Now, let's take a look at the whole West Coast. As you can see, Las Vegas is sitting pretty. Even farther down south, it's also very sunny. But the West Coast, completely cloudy. Don't go to the beach this weekend. It's not going to be any fun. Same thing with the north. If we're taking a look at our satellite radar, if you're wondering why we had the wind yesterday, as you can see, we have a big disturbance, but it's slowly moving towards the east. Taking a look at tomorrow's forecast, as you can see, all over the country, it's going to be cloudy. Little Rock's not going to be a fun place to be. And finally, for our extended forecast, today is Wednesday, and tomorrow, Thursday, is going to be nice and sunny. Friday and Saturday is not going to be a good start to the weekend weather, but as you can see, Monday through Wednesday, all of next week is going to be perfect. That's all the weather I have for you guys today. Now let's send it over back to the desk.
Thanks, Ron Paul. Getting a good workout may be hard work, but how hard is too hard? Reporter Trinae Williams gets the inside scoop on a new type of fitness that is sweeping its way across the nation.
This group of individuals is working hard, but what's unique about their workout is they're doing it under an orange glow. Orange Theory Fitness is a new type of fitness that targets different heart rate zones, each represented by a rainbow of colors. Here's how it works. Everyone straps on a heart rate monitor, and as they exercise, their numbers are displayed on the overhead screen.
Maintain for 20 to 30 minutes. It's challenging, but doable.
Colors change when they reach a certain zone. Most work is done in the moderate zone. You want to take it up a notch?
Push pace is where you move into that orange zone. We spike the metabolism, and you really start to condition your heart.
The trainers say if you reach the orange zone and stay there, your body will burn more calories even after you work out. This is based on a theory known as EPOC.
EPOC stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, and that's really the reason why we breathe faster after we have a period of strenuous activity. For several hours afterwards, you continue to have a really high metabolism, and that's what turns into losing weight.
The monitors, trainers are able to supervise during workout sessions and make sure everyone is at where they need to be.
Watch those numbers come up, heart rate starts to increase here.
From Studio G, I'm Trinae Williams.
And while we're on the topic of fitness and motivation, Eric Fetty, starting pitcher from the UNLV baseball team, is here with us today.
Hello, I'm Troy Fosgate. I'm here with UNLV star pitcher for the UNLV Rebels baseball team, Eric Fetty. Eric, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Fantastic, Eric. And being recognized as one of baseball's finest prospects in the country, how is it like to be recognized as part of that light?
You know, it's just, it's a great honor to be a part of, even being named with those people that are on the list. And, I'm just excited to be mentioned with the best players in the country.
Nice. And being recognized under running for the Golden Spikes Award, which is given to the best individual baseball athlete during this season. How do you feel about being awarded that, possibly being in the running for that?
I mean, that's probably the biggest accomplishment any college baseball player could ask for. And, just to have my name mentioned with it is the same big accomplishment, or a big, happiness, I guess. And can't ask for much more than that. Just got to keep having a good season and see where it goes.
Yeah, being recognized with like the big names that have won the award, it's definitely a great honor just to even be mentioned in that running, which is pretty cool. And what's your biggest achievement so far as an individual baseball player?
Probably my best achievement would have to be playing for Team USA on the collegiate team. I was lucky enough to play this summer with them, and just a great experience, and couldn't ask for more than that.
Describe the aura, the vibe of playing within the Team USA team, being around all those great prospects around you.
Yeah, it was a really fun experience. Everyone on the team, we were there representing our country, and everyone knew, that was something special. And, just the talent on that team was amazing, and, it was just a great honor to play with all those guys.
And you playing with UNLV, describe the life of a college baseball athlete to you?
It can be stressful sometimes, just trying to keep up with schoolwork and, still have a good performance on the field. Our season this year, there's been a lot of travel, so it's been pretty intense. But, it's part of the grind. It's what we live for. Just make sure, keep our grades up and, play well on the field.
Nice. And being a starting pitcher for the UNLV Rebels, what's your biggest tool, your biggest asset that influences the team the most, that beats other teams?
Probably just going out there every Friday night and trying to set a tone for the whole weekend. I'm lucky enough to get the first start of the week, and just want to go out there and show the team that whoever we're playing, they can't hang with us, and just looking to make a good start and motivation for the whole weekend.
For sure. And you being 6'4", 180 pounds, you being really tall for a pitcher, taller than average. Do you think that also plays an advantage to you being a pitcher?
It helps. Definitely appreciate the height, get a little more extension, a little closer to the plate. Anything that can make it tougher on the hitters is, something I enjoy. So, can't complain about the extra height.
And during the season for the UNLV, the baseball team, you guys had a solid season. Unfortunately, you guys were swept last weekend, but you guys have still been really solid. You were floating within the top 20 seeds, fell off, but you're looking to get back in later in the groove in the season. What ways can you improve the Rebels baseball team or the entire team in general?
Yeah, well, we've seen a few injuries here lately, which has been kind of rough on the team. We were swept once earlier in the year, and then after that, I think we won about 7-8 series in a row. So, it's a nice little wake-up call for the team. So I think that'll be good for us. And, we just got to get back to playing UNLV baseball. We did it for so long here at the beginning of the year, and, it got us ranked high. So, I think it's more of just a wake-up call, telling the guys it's time to get going again, get ready for trying to make a run at the regionals.
Sure. And your high school teammate, Bryce Harper, being drafted to the Nationals, Chris Bryant from Bonanza High School being drafted as well highly in the draft last season. How do you feel about athletes coming up from our city just representing our sport to you?
It's just awesome to see that Las Vegas is getting some attention in the baseball community. And, it's just nice to see those guys, guys I grew up with having so much success. A little motivation for myself to, try to do as well as them and, make it as far as they are.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot for coming, Eric. I really appreciate it. I'll definitely be at the baseball game for Freddie Friday, and we'll be right back after this break.
Our third pod is Kat Gonzalez.
We mainly talk about pop culture and whatever movie or TV show that we're interested in right now.
Pretty much everything about media, current events, current everything regarding pop culture and stuff.
I want them to laugh at us because we're so awkward most of the time. I'm Chelsea.
I'm Toby.
And we're 3 Ps in a pod. Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
I'm Christian FGY.
Kaylin Height. And I'm Jay Luna. And we're Ill Vibe Theater.
It's an underground hip-hop show here at UNLV.
Where we focus on making the hip-hop culture in the Las Vegas Valley more prevalent and just making people more aware of up-and-coming underground hip-hop artists.
Basically, we play what we like. It's really as simple as that. Most of the stuff we like are our hits, so both.
On KUNV-HD2, Las Vegas.
Do I know you? Oh my god, who are you? Why are you taking my picture?
I'm Savannah.
I'm Zoe.
We're the hosts of Happy Hour. Our show is kind of like a mix of everything. It's like happy hour, whatever you do.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, all the elements of kind of like a comedy show, kind of like put on radio along with news and then music. I'm Savannah.
I'm Zoe.
We're the hosts of Happy Hour on the Rebel HD2.
And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not your typical restaurant, but one food stop has found a way to connect with the community through more than just their stomachs. Reporter Nicole Reynolds has the details.
G-Monster, your order's ready. It's mobile, about 19 feet in length, and comfortably holds 3 people. Fuku Burger is one of many food trucks that roll through the streets of Vegas. Its history goes back to the owner's family barbecues, where the Japanese ingredients on their burgers were things from their pantry.
It was originally going to be a restaurant in 2008. That's when I incorporated, but the economy and my investors pulled back. Actually, I got a call from my parents in LA, like, hey, you should see what they're doing with this food truck scene. And I was like, I could do this as a truck.
Considering the fact that it is food on wheels, there are negatives.
One of the old myths is that this is a roach coach, and that there's not a lot of governing in the health business about food trucks. And we get inspected way more than I ever was in a restaurant. Our kitchen was never meant to be on the back of a truck. So oil, grease, heat should never be on the back of a truck.
However, the positives always seem to outweigh the negative. The truck is mobile, and cooks don't have to worry about the mundane feeling that they're in the same place all the time. Also, it allows the owner, cooks, and servers the chance to connect with the community on different levels.
They're really connected to their people. Like, the more often you go to a food truck you like, the more they get to know you as a person and how they work with just the people that come to them in general. They're just really sociable, really friendly, good people, no problems, and the food's always good.
Recently, Colin and his team have paired up with Titan Insurance as a way to tie together the community.
This is a pay-it-forward type of event where Titan Insurance wants to promote their product, which is insurance, and they'll pay the Fuku Burger to give out free food to the neighborhoods. A neighborhood appreciation event, which really works in the grassroots effort. So.
Tatsu, thank you.
Remember, good things come in small packages. For Studio G, I'm Nicole Reynolds.
Fuku Burger is also one of the few locally owned businesses who has been asked to join the many restaurants on the Strip. They will be opening a stationary location at the link in May. Now we're going to toss it over to weather and have a 7-day recap for you.
Welcome back, everyone. I missed you so much, and you know the weather's so important that I need to tell you one more time. So if we're looking at the extended forecast, today's very nice, so it's not going to be too much of a change going from today to tomorrow. However, get ready for Friday and Saturday because we're going to have that disturbance come in, and it's going to be very, very windy on Friday. We might even get some rain on Saturday. Once again, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all of next week is going to be beautiful. We're going to be stepping into that summer weather, so that segment that we had on the summer safety tips is going to be very useful. Make sure you take a good look at that. That's all I have for this second segment of weather. Back to the desk.
I'm pretty disappointed about the rain this weekend. I wanted to go to San Diego.
I am so excited though that we're in the 80s. And I think we reached 93.
Did we?
Monday? Yeah, like a record high.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, but like I said, the weekend I really wanted it.
Where are you going to San Diego for?
My sister lives there. So I go there probably every couple months to visit her.
I wanted to visit my mom for Mother's Day this weekend, but we don't have any breaks. Seattle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I bet it's raining there, right?
I might as well be used to the rain.
So about Eric Fetty, that's so interesting. Tell me about baseball. I know you're like a baseball pro.
Well, I've been watching Eric Fetty because they've been telling me like, hey, you know, we're going to have a pitcher that's going pretty high in the draft. So I've been looking at his records for a while, and he must have some serious skill because I think he's like 6'4", 180.
Oh, wow.
So he's a little string bean, but they've been looking at him, and I've had so many people tell me that scouts are saying, yeah, he's going to go pretty high in the draft.
Well, good for him. That's really exciting.
Have you been to any of the games?
No, I haven't, but I need to catch one, definitely. Well, that's all the news we have for you today. I'm Valerie Mercenier.
And I'm Kelby Weiler. Tune in next week for another edition of Studio G.